Hello, 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 everybody. Necroxis here. I want to make this little preface before you see what you're going to see next, and try to explain what my intention was if it ends up being terribly, terribly terrible. Like I said in the Rathian 5.4 Legendary Finale video, I'm going to try and show you guys the significant lore moments from the Siege of Orgrimmar raid. And mind you, I'm doing this in LFR because I suck, and long story short, I'm not in a raiding guild right now. I just don't have the time for it. Blah 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 blah. So there are going to be 24 other people in the raid that are not going to be wanting to do what I want to do. So I just want to preface this by saying the raids tend to try and get the raids done as fast as they can. Obviously, who wouldn't? But some of the scenes in the raid are, some of them are up to like a minute long. There's a cutscene in the first part that's a good 45 seconds long. Long story short, I'm going to try and cut and edit it the best that I can, but I'm just going to try and show you the significant lore moments from all of the raid, basically. All 4 parts, if you're thinking in LFR terms. So, that's what I'm doing. I hope you enjoy it. And then at the end, I'm going to show you a video, or show you a clip from a scene that you can only do if you've beaten the raid, which has to do with the Vale of the Eternal Blossoms and your Siraj and the power of the heart after you beat Garage and if there's any power left, etc., etc. So I just wanted to make this little preface before I actually started the raid because I'm going to be working on a very tight schedule when I do that. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy. I hope it turns out half decent because I've had several people ask me, and I'm trying to deliver what people want if they're not playing or if they're not raiding or if, whatever their case is. So here you go. My friend is on my thingy, like she always says. Tell her not to, but whatever. So I will see you next time. Hopefully you enjoy. Thanks, guys. All right, here we go. Part 1.
We adventure together again, except this time, I am afraid circumstances are much more dire. The land is scarred. The ever-blooming trees and plants wither and die as the water from the pools drains away.
So the introduction is done by Lord Walker Cho, as he has done with the other raids, except for Throne of Thunder. He says something else once we move a little bit further down, so I'm not going to cut yet. They are protected by Jinyu, who have been corrupted. So yeah, that's I'm not going to cut yet. I'm going to keep going down here a little bit. It's just trash, so I don't feel bad not really participating that much. I'm waiting for Lord Walker Cho to continue his little spiel.
Once, the Titans used these life-giving waters.
Where'd he go? There he is.
It is these waters that kept the Vale in bloom. Their runoff into the Valley of the Four Winds created the most fertile farmland in the world. And now, the malignance of the old god has manifested itself within the waters.
Yep, so basically...
Foul, foul thing. Destroy it before it seeps deep into the soil and corrupts all of Pandaria.
So there we go. That's the beginning to the raid. The waters that have been drained from the Vale, which you've seen if you play the game in the Vale, the water's all gone. It is drained beneath here to the pools of power. It has coalesced into these water elementals that are corrupted by the old god's influence. Eventually, we're going to get to Mercius, who is the first boss, and he is basically the biggest concentration of this, and we have to destroy it. And I'll see you after we do that. I figured I would show each boss as they're going because I think it's interesting. This is a Mercius. We're at the end of the pools. I think a Mercius looks so cool. You can see the elemental has Shaw like all over his face and his arms and his bindings, and so yeah, we need to stop him because this is the Vale. The raid leader is freaking out. So now we're going to fight this guy, and then at the end I will try to hit record again when we are about to kill him, so you can see the scene right after his death. Alright, so I believe this is the last split. We're about to kill him. I want to get the kill shot in, because Lord Walker Cho says something the second that he dies, so... I think this is the last split we have to do. For those of you who've done this fight, you basically kill him. He splits, and you kill the corruption. You cleanse the waters. I think. There weren't barely any. Yes. Beat it. See? Now he is cleansed. The bindings are gone. As well as the corruption.
Oh, you have done it. The waters are
There's going to be a scene real quick. Might overlap here with this. So that happened.
Feel their life-giving energies flow through you? It will take much time for the veil to heal, but you have given us hope.
Yes, so now we have to come up this way. Lord Walker Cho follows us, and we continue on out into the digging site in 5.3 that was added, and we get to see what happens in this scene. So let's examine. You might hear Lord Walker Cho speaking, which means the raid's going a little bit faster than I want, and they're already getting to the next boss. So if that happens, just ignore it. That's not part of this scene. So this is the digging that was being done in 5.3, where we discovered the heart of Ysuraj. The goblins were there. They're actually continuing to dig, and they've discovered a new place that just opened up, and Sha energies flooded out. And basically have killed and corrupted everything in the mine. And, yeah, caused a not great. Caused a bunch of stuff that's not great.
Can it be? Oh no.
That's the quote I'm talking about.
No.
So basically, this has been corrupted. And, yeah, so that's happened.
Defend this place.
And the next bosses are the Golden Lotus.
You. Rook knows you. Yes, Rook Stonetoe. You remember me. What has happened to you? Rook doesn't know. Hair is cloudy.
We know only despair now. Fitting punishment for our failure.
This will make sense when I get up, and I'll show you the scene, what's happening.
I see. This Shaw energy has trapped their spirits here to endlessly relive their failure. It feeds on their despair.
The 3 Golden Lotus
Please.
have been corrupted by the Shah.
This is a fate far worse than death. Please, heroes, set their souls free.
And essentially, these are the three main quest givers, or people you interact with during the Golden Lotus dailies. Sun Tenderheart, He Softfoot, and Rook Stonetoe. And we have to kill them because they've been corrupted by the Shah. So, well, they've been dead already. It's their spirits that have been corrupted. We need to free them. So I'm going to do that, and I'll get to you when we're about to kill them. Okay, they're almost dead, so I don't want to miss this. And...
We return
Be at peace,
to a new
dear friend.
story. You very kind.
May your souls become one with the land you gave your life to protect.
There we go. We have freed their spirits. And now we have kind of a long stretch of trash all the way down through here to the Big Blossom Mine, through the mine, and into it, which is where we're going to find our next boss. One little thing I want to note, which I think is pretty cool, is these are all Shahs of Pride. And there are some particularly awesome bigger ones. And their names, like there's Vanity, I believe is one. I can't remember the other two. And they each buff each other as bosses, so they're like little mini bosses that are pretty cool. So I'll see you when we get to the third boss for the lore behind that. So here's what I was talking about. Vanity is one of the mini bosses here. There is also Arrogance, which is down here. He's also a mini boss. And both of those empower, I guess, the final mini boss of the area down there, as you can see, Zeal. So, Raids these days have become geared enough that you really don't need to kill them all now anymore. Usually you can just skip right to Zeal and take them out. But I guess our raid's been having some trouble. For example, our tank just died, and we also died twice on protectors. So I guess we're doing that. But I just like the idea of vanity and arrogance feeding into Zeal. You know, that whole meta thing that Blizzard's doing here with Pride. I think that's really cool. So, all right, I'll see you when we get to the amalgamation of corruption. All right, here we go into the mine, and like I said, there are Sha everywhere, or at least Sha energies. And now we're going into the chamber that the goblins just.
Astounding! Another chamber that looks to originate from these titans. Must have been hidden away long before recorded history, and with good reason. In the chamber ahead, under our peaceful land, slept the heart of an old god. Oh my, what is this? Hello, I am Lore Walker Cho.
No further corruption will enter the heart chamber.
Further corruption? Oh no, we are here to stop the corruption and save Pandaria.
You wish to purge the corruption?
Talking to Narushan.
Yes, please let us pass.
Should you pass this door at this time, you would fail. You, all of you, are corrupted with the insidious plague known as pride. You stand tall and proud atop your accomplishments. This will be your downfall. Should you wish to defeat the corruption, you will first need to purify the corruption within yourselves. Speak to me again when you are prepared to face your inner demons.
So basically, Narushan wants us to cleanse our own corruption before he will allow us into the chamber that used to have the Heart of Yasarj, because that chamber is corrupted with the Sha of Pride. Lore Walker is basically like, yo dog, we want to stop Pride, but we are actually all infected with Pride. All of us. Lore Walker Cho, the Raiders, everybody is infected with Pride. It's really bad on Pandaria because it's the only Sha that Emperor Shaohao did not purge. So I think the beginning of this fight's really cool, so I'm going to show you that and show you how, explain to you a little bit what's going on. Basically, when we talk to Narushan, we start the boss fight, and he forms this prism around us that extracts the corruption from us, and it forms this amalgamation. The boss's name is the Amalgamation of Corruption, and we have to stop it. So he teleports up there next to Lore Walker Cho and creates this field, which I don't know. It's pretty simple looking, but I think it looks so cool. And then this is all the corruption from all of us forming the amalgamation. We basically have to cleanse ourselves.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Purified.
And there's the boss. So we have to cleanse ourselves of our corruption, and then we have to fight the boss and destroy him, destroy our own corruption. So I'll do that, and I'll see you guys when we have accomplished this goal. Okay, hopefully you can heal me over all the DPS noise, but we're about to kill him, so.
What lies beyond will try your souls to their utmost. When you are fully prepared, you may enter the chamber.
We've cleansed ourselves of our corruption, and now we are going to enter the Heart Chamber, where the heart used to be, where the players find it in 5.3. Narushan also was in 5.3, I forgot to mention. He was in that scenario. He was in Dark Heart of Pandaria.
The corruption is amplifying. The fragments must be purged before it becomes too great.
So who's this guy? Terranzu.
Terranzu, Joe, the outsiders. They did this. We should never have let them in. No, speak, friend.
They're already engaging the trash. So that's what's going on.
Had enough of your find help. Try to hold up the shore for as long as you can.
So Terranzu was left here by Garash's forces for some reason. I don't know why, but he was. And Lord Cho shows up, gets him, and decides, you know, I'm going to go and, you know, get help. So yeah, we have to fight these lingering corruption fragments that Narushan said were too powerful. We need to kill them all. Raid leader is screaming at people to do things like he's been this entire time. But once we kill all, the Shaw of Pride will emerge. I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. So, but I will see you when we've cleared all this trash, because it can take a little bit of time. Not much, but I'll see you then. Okay, we're about to kill the last corruption. Let's see what happens.
It did not matter. It comes. Steal your hearts and prepare your souls.
There's Gohal, by the way.
Face me. Give in to your pride. Show me your greatness.
And thus, the Shot of Pride emerges. I'm gonna give you a look at the front real quick before I. Usually, when you fight him, you see him from the back, so I'm gonna show you a frontal view because I think he looks pretty cool. Despite people such as Dunn. Dunn doesn't like his look so much because he says he has pigtails, but I think he looks really cool. That's the Shah of Pride. This is the fourth boss, the final boss of the first wing, and yeah, we have to stop him. So he's fun. And so yeah, when we do that, there is a scene afterwards, and then I will show you what happens when we have completed this part of the raid. See ya. Okay, and we win.
I brought help.
You brought help. Lorthamar
Blood elves
What
will
knowledge
endure
and
of
Jaina.
Hellscream's arrogance unleashed the last of the Shah? I am not surprised.
Look here. He left his weapon behind.
Gore howl.
This means he's completely unhinged.
Is that what that
News
means?
to no one, Regent Lord. King Rin's fleet is converging on Orgrimmar as we speak.
Likewise, Sylvanas and I have both sent ships to support Vol'jin's revolution.
I'm warning you, Lorthamar. The Alliance is besieging the city, and we will destroy Hellscream. Your people had best stay out of our way.
It is always a pleasure to see you, Lady Proudmoore.
Come, heroes! Through the portal! The Siege of Orgrimmar begins!
Yeah. So that's it. This is part 1. I think I am going to split this up into 4 parts because this is going to be longer than I anticipated. So if 3 hours ago when I started this, if I said it was going to be one long video, I lied. Sorry. So basically, yeah, you defeat the Shah of Pride. Lord Cho comes in after he went and saved Terranzu. Brought Jaina Lorthamar. We found out that Gore Howl is sitting on the ground in the skeletons of our failed first attempt at the boss. I guess that means Garrosh is completely unhinged. Later on, when we see the final part, we'll see that Garrosh is using a weapon modeled after Gore Howl, but it's created in like a desecrated image sort of way. That's actually the title of the weapon. I can actually find it for you. Excuse me, I hit the wrong button. Let me show it to you. It's under Garrosh because he actually drops it. And some loot. Turn off Warlock filter. And here it is. This is the weapon Garrosh ends up using. It's called Zalata, whatever. Desecrated image of Gore Howl. And it looks like that. It looks pretty nifty. Well, what would an old god weapon be without eyeballs? So, yeah. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time where we see part 2, which is... I don't remember what it's called. We're sieging the gates, is what I'm going to call it. And this was the Vale of the Eternal Sorrows, I believe is what they call it. And, yeah. So... we've dealt with the mess that Garrosh unleashed, and now it's time to go to Orgrimmar and fuck him up. I'll see you guys next time.